Minister Hishammuddin, thank you very much for your time. This is the second interview that you're giving me here in Kuala Lumpur. Tell me, first of all, why you've chosen to do that.
I want to speak to them heart to heart, and I have been meeting their relatives here in Kuala Lumpur. I've been talking to the Chinese leadership at every level. I think it is very important for me to do that today through you, James, and through CCTV. And I've got many requests, but I have chosen CCTV because of the huge Chinese population. I need to reach out to 1.4 billion people.
You reached out, you engaged, you embraced them literally this time yesterday when you sat face to face with many of those Chinese families who are here in Kuala Lumpur. What did they tell you and what did you tell them?
I request that we must not give up. They want an assurance that we continue with the search and rescue. That I've said in the affirmative, and I told them to read deep into my heart. Even hoping against hope, even praying for a miracle, no matter how remote, they're saying, please search for survivors. And I said, that's always been my priority. You know, it's not about the plane. It's not about the black box. It's about the people in the plane.
You've said that history will judge us and see that you did the right things. Would you still stick by that? Would you still say that you wouldn't do things differently given a second chance or moving forward?
There is nothing that we can benchmark what we're doing in the history of the world today. I can't say that I've done it well or Malaysia has done it right because it's never, the world have not gone through such a situation. But what we have done in defense of Malaysia is that we have always been consistent in focusing on finding the aeroplane.
I want to return to the families because you went there with your family. There was one particular woman I know who stands out in your mind even this morning. Tell us about her.
My daughter broke down, my wife was in tears all the way through, meeting the Malaysian families, meeting the Chinese families. But Judy, we've all felt so close to her, though only meeting her for the first time, because she's 3 months pregnant. And she was appealing to me that don't give up. I said, I will never give up. But what touched me was that she knew that my family was in a helicopter crash a few months back. And that particular time of the accident, I just found out that I was going to be a grandfather. My daughter told me that morning that that she was pregnant, and basically I made a very rash decision to put all my family in one helicopter, and we were involved in this crash, and she knew about it. And basically I told her, look, my daughter has delivered. Eden, my grandchild, is fit and healthy. At least we have him. I will promise her on the search and rescue, but she must promise me that she will look after her health.
I know that your grandson is only 4 months old. I know that you've thought perhaps of maybe one day being able to introduce those two children to each other. Would that be the ultimate for you?
I have, and my family has with her, is that baby. And I really hope that she keeps to her promise to look after her health, because both AJ and I would like to see her child, and they are the next generation of Malaysians and Chinese that is going to determine the landscape that we are going to live in the future.
She texted this morning and she said that after meeting you that she believed you. Do you think that what you want and what these families want are pretty much the same?
What I was told years ago in Mandarin, 我们都是一家人, that we are all just one family. But
your uncle was the Prime Minister who created this relationship, and of course your father then took that relationship to another level. If you could ask your father, and if you could imagine yourself in his place, what do you think he would tell you to do now?
I've got to know many Chinese leaders, and I've got to know many Chinese people, of course not 1.4 billion. That's why I'm trying to reach them through CCTV and through you, James. Basically, there's nothing very different between us. But it is sad that we are talking like this. We are looking at this in depth through a tragedy.
Your uncle was the Prime Minister who created this relationship, and of course your father then took that relationship to another level. In closing, you said that you wanted to use this platform to speak directly to the Chinese families, and they're listening right now. What would you say to them now?
Have strength. Believe that I'm sincere in determined to continue the search. And if there's any remote chance, hoping against hope even, praying every day for survivors, we will not leave any stones unturned. My appeal to them is that this is bigger than all of us. This is bigger than just one individual country. But with their strength and their understanding, I personally give them that assurance on behalf of my family, on behalf of my ministry, on behalf of the government, and behalf of the Malaysian people. We will not stop looking for the aircraft and their loved ones.
Minister, thank you very much.